This is the board of the Catan World Championships, and in this video I will explain how these players came to their placements. So it's key to know that on this board there are a couple of very strong picks, like for example the 6-5-9. There's also an 8-5-10, a 6-9-4 and a 5-9-10. However, it's also key to know that it's not the goal to get the best spot now, but to get the best strategy overall, so we have to look at outs. A commonly used strategy is to look at what spots are available around the coast, because you know the best spots will be placed on by the other players. The yellow dots resemble the 6 best coastal spots on this map, but you want to make a prediction what spots will get placed on, because otherwise they might get blocked out by another spot. The 8-4 at the left side of the map will probably get blocked out by the player placing on the 8-3-4, leaving no space for someone to place on the 8-4. So it's unlikely the 8-4, the 8-10 or the 8-3 is coming back for your 8th settlement. So that leaves us with the 9-12, the 9-10 and the 6-3. And the best strategy here is to select the spot that works well with all these 3 settlements. The common resource between these 3 spots is strong ore production. If you take a strong wheat and strong sheep spot, you can form the ore wheat sheep strategy, one of the strongest strategies in the game. So this is why red takes the 8-5-10 instead of, for example, the 6-5-9. So we discussed outs, but we also have to look at production. The 8-5-10 has key production, but there is one spot that has even more production than the 8-5-10. The 6-5-9 has 3 numbers that are rolled very often. Because you have good odds to roll these numbers, you're also very likely to get a ton of cards. In this graph you'll see that the 5, the 6 and the 9 combine for 13 rolls and 36 average dice rolls. So second position takes the 6-9-5. But what would you do in third position? I'm asking you to pause the video so you can think along. Another important metric to look at is trade value. Having a good strategy is one thing, but you won't always roll the numbers you want, so you also have to trade with your opponents. Having good trade value means that your opponents will more likely give you good trades. Here are some of the ways you can get more trade value. For example, you can get more ore and more wheat because they are used to get cities, and wheat is basically used for anything. On this board, ore and wood are the rarest resources, therefore ore and wood have a higher expected trade value. I especially think the 8 wood and the 6 ore are really interesting hexes, because they are the best hex of those specific resources and it's very difficult for other players to also place on there if you place on the 8-3-4 or the 6-9-4. So I asked you, what would you do in third position? And my thoughts are, there's only one spot left where you can get high ore production on a free hex spot. Ping decided to go with the 6-9-4. Which is quite reasonable in my opinion, because it's the strong ore sheep spot and there are 3 wheat spots left on the board that can be combined with the 6-9-4 to form a strong ore wheat sheep strategy. They are the 8-4-3, the 6-3-11 and the 8-4-3 like you can see on the board. By the way, real quick, at the end of this video I will teach you how you can get free Catan classes from me. In Settlers of Catan it's important to look at your competition. 3 players already have a setup that aims to go for a largest army setup. So instead of 4th position also going for the largest army, they can opt for the longest road. A good spot to go for the longest road, for example, would be the 5-9-10. Gray agrees with me and places on the 8-4-3 at the bottom and the 5-9-10. This setup gives Gray a good shot at the longest road, while it also makes sure that the bottom 8-4-3 doesn't fall in the wrong hands. Another thing we gotta look at are expansion opportunities. And with expansion opportunities I mean ports, expected open spots and road races. So Pink was up next and he decided to go with the 8-4-3, which works really well with the 6-9-4. Because now he has strong ore, 2 wheat spots and 2 sheep spots, making Pink the favorite for the largest army. However, Pink also has good expansion spots and ports. For example, if Pink does a road settlement towards the 3-for-1 port on 4, he has a 3-for-1 port which can help him convert the abundance of wood and sheep into more valuable resources. The same can be said for the 8 wood, and Pink also has the opportunity to settle on the 6-2. The 8-4-3 is a perfect pick here for Pink and it leads to a really strong strategy. So now I have a question for you. Where would you go as 7th position? In 2nd position purple took the 6-5-9. Which would you take to combine with it? Would it be the 10-3-11, the 6-3-11, the other 6-3-11 or the 5-4-11? I'm asking you to pause the video, so please think along with me and potentially leave a comment with your answer. So purple decided to go with the 10-3-11, which in itself is a really good spot. Now he has all 5 resources on a good clip and he also has a ton of space available. However, he also has a problem, because red did this. Red placed his final settlement on the 6-11-12, which allows for a plow to the 9-12, which stops purple from having a settlement on a port. I personally would have placed on the 6-3-11 with the brickweed wood, because that would block out the 6-11-12 and stop you from being cut off to the 3-for-1 port. I can still understand the 10-3-11, it's still a really good spot. In that case, red would have gone on the 6-3 most likely, which would enable him to play a strong or we cheap strategy. So who do you think will win this game? I will give the answer at the very end of the video. Lighthall has asked me to teach on their platform. It's a platform for students and teachers, and I will teach Catan. Here's how you can join the live classes for free. First you go to lighthall.co, link is in the description, and then you sign up by making a free account. Next you search for Catan, you select the classes you want to take part in, and then you click on register for free and attend the classes at the time they are scheduled for. So here's my schedule for the upcoming month. I'm really looking forward to the in-depth Catan analysis, which is my most advanced work as of yet. So to not stall any longer, the winner is Purple, as he became 2021's World Champion. Go to lighthall.co now to sign up for free classes right now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.